Hi Rajeev, hi Madalasa. Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Suddenly we see a burst of these detective films. We hear of films like Bobby Jasus, Jagga Jasus, and there you have Samrat and Company. Promos looking great. Tell us what makes this film stand out.
See, I haven't seen the other detective films,
Yeah.
so I will not be able to say that how is my film
Different
from the
from
other
that,
films.
yeah.
And also, it's not a burst. Actually, there's just 5 or 6 films getting made. There's so many rom-coms which are made in a year.
Yeah.
So many other.
But there aren't as many
masala
detective films also on a yearly basis if you go to see.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So this is the first one which is releasing.
Right.
What will make it stand apart, according to me, will be the fact that this is a true blue detective film.
Okay.
There is no amalgamation of the Bollywood culture or traditions, with a
Okay.
detective film. My director Kaushik Khatak wanted to make a very honest, very genuine detective film. Films which are made in the West, where he didn't want to put anything gimmicky in the film.
Okay.
So you will not see me dancing. You won't see me
No item
cracking jokes.
numbers.
No item numbers. We have a couple of songs in the
Okay.
film, but they are again a part of the storyline.
Okay.
So it's going to be very honest detective film where there are no frills, no forced gimmicks in the film because the story itself is very, very exciting.
Story is very strong. Okay. But any inspiration anywhere?
No inspiration.
Like a Sherlock Holmes or anything?
No,
Any
no,
nuances picked up from
absolutely
any
not.
detective stories in the past?
No, not at all. But Samrat is modelled around Sherlock Holmes.
It's modeled
His
around,
character-
okay.
Yeah, the germ
Your
is the
hat?
same.
Yeah, this is very interesting thing you're wearing,
I
right?
asked my director in the beginning that why do you want me to wear a overcoat and a hat? So he said, Rajeev, I can actually give you funky clothes. I can give you whatever you're asking
Yeah.
for. But then I don't want to tamper with the template of a detective.
Yeah.
The moment you look at a detective, you think of an overcoat, a hat.
He's like a hardcore detective, that's
Yes.
it. Yeah.
So he didn't want to tamper with the germ of the film. And but Samrat is modeled around Sherlock Holmes, which was written in 1870.
Yeah.
So all the Sherlock Holmes that you've seen performing, in Hollywood or in BBC
Yeah.
series, they're all modeled. The germ is the same. So the germ for Samrat is the same, but the story is very original. It's a very
Okay.
different setup altogether.
Wow. And how did you land up here? This is your first film in Bollywood,
Yes,
right?
this
You've
is
done
my
films
first.
down south.
Yeah.
So, how did you get this film?
It all started with me reading the article where Kavita ji made the announcement that they're coming up with this film, Samrat and Company, and they had Rajeev's picture there, Rajeev in his look of a detective, and it's going to be a hardcore detective adventure film. So, firstly, it was a shock to me. I couldn't digest the fact that Rajshri is changing gears and making a film
Exactly,
in a genre.
that itself is a big one,
Exactly,
yeah.
that has never been made before. So it actually took me some time to digest that yes, I read it 2-3 times and then I was like, okay, fine. So it gave me a kick and I thought I'm going to try my best to rope in this for myself to make this my launch in Bollywood.
But it's really interesting for Rajashri to back a film like that. It's so unlike, what they're known for.
And that is
Yeah.
what makes the film even more
Yeah,
exciting.
yeah.
Because someone as reputed and as respected as Rashri decides to open up a new front.
Totally.
Not that they are changing gears, they are
Yeah.
opening up a new front. When they make a film like a detective film, so they will definitely ensure that their audience does not get disappointed.
Yeah.
They don't want to put off their own loyal audience.
Rajeev, you have this very lovable, romantic image on television. When you came to Bollywood, the kind of movies you've done are very different. How come?
Okay.
And like you just told me that your movies are not made in bulk. It's
Yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah. I think it all started with Amir. When I did
Right.
Amir, I tasted something else. I wasn't prepared. I had not really charted my move in the film industry. Amir just happened on its own, and when Amir happened, I discovered a different high altogether. I had seen that popularity. I'd dealt with that popularity.
Critical
on television.
acclaim, so much of it.
Yeah, but when I did Amir, I saw that standing ovation in the cinema halls. I saw people watching the film, packed houses, and the film was, of course, released on a smaller scale. So wherever it was released, I would meet people and they would say that, I've come from traveled 10 kilometers to see your film. And that was a different high altogether. I discovered a different high and I wanted to continue doing films which are path-breaking films. Yeah.
But tell me the kind of films that you're talking about, they're still far and few. I mean, your last film was a year ago.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, the kind of films that I want to do. I committed a couple of mistakes in the past few years where I got so emotional about a script that I signed without actually knowing more about the producer
Really?
and how they are going to release the film.
Yeah.
So one of the film was stalled halfway through because I had not paid attention to the producer's profile. So to get the right kind of script with the right kind of people backing it becomes a little difficult. So yeah, I do not have too many choices and people think that I'm very choosy.
Yeah.
The kind of scripts that I get are all kinds of scripts.
Yeah.
But the kind of film
You
that
pick probably one of them, right?
one of them, yeah, and it's very rare that you get the right kind of people who are backing the film,
Right.
the right kind of director and the right kind of a script.
You tell me, you work down south
Yes.
and you're new to Bollywood. Have you found a difference over here while working?
Well, the
In the
atmosphere-
styles, in the atmosphere?
If you see South because it's another city altogether, has different people altogether. So the most difficult, not the most difficult, maybe a little challenging part down there is the language barrier. Because
Yeah.
I am from Bombay, so I speak Hindi, I speak English. Obviously, I don't speak those languages.
Yeah.
So when we're differing from Telugu to Tamil to Kannada, obviously the language changes, people change, the atmosphere change. But here in Bombay, for me, obviously, because this is my forte, so I find it more comfortable because I have people who are from the same city and we speak the same language. The atmosphere is much more chilled. But South, again, in its own way, it's a very disciplined industry. It's a very good, well-exposed industry within itself.
We also heard about how you learned martial arts for this role. Tell us about it.
Oh, it was the most difficult part of this film.
Is that why we see
Not
a
just-
leaner you?
I lost weight, yes, because there was a
Yeah.
lot of running around, but I
Okay.
didn't lose weight big while I was running around. I think I lost weight much before the shoot. I wanted to get into a certain look. And because I knew that I'm going to be wearing an overcoat and not too much of hat though,
Yeah.
but I wanted the face to be a little leaner and a leaner look. So I had worked on it consciously. But the martial art thing, yeah, it was very difficult because it was not just about learning martial arts. It was also because there was a scene choreographed along with the martial arts, which means, and martial arts is a very choreographed kind of a
Yeah,
fight.
yeah.
It's not like dishum,
Very
dishum.
synchronized
Yeah,
and
very
there's a beauty
synchronized.
to
So
it,
you've
yeah.
got to actually have the hang of it.
Yeah.
If you're also mouthing your dialogues. So the guy opposite me is a trained martial arts
Yeah.
guy. So he was very good at it, and for me it was very difficult because I had to focus on the moves and also focus on my dialogue.
Right. Tell me, how is it working? How is it working with Rajeev? Is he funny? Is he intense? Like, he appears to be. Generally, the impression of Rajeev is he's a very intense guy.
Yeah, that's the impression probably which maybe an image that has been said probably past few years. But no, that goes completely wrong in my case because the first time I met Rajeev, of course, I was a little nervous too when I knew that Rajeev is going to be my co-star.
Made her nervous, Rajeev?
No.
Why that
that's-
grain?
I'm
You want to
gonna
say
come
something?
I'm gonna come to
Because
it.
You want to say something?
I'm gonna come to it. So yeah, I thought these were the insecurities in my
Yeah,
mind, being
yeah.
a newcomer. But the first day when I met him and we had this interaction, not him playing Samrat, him being Rajeev.
Okay.
So yes, I discovered that all my insecurities which were in my head were completely wrong.
Of course, at some point, the monies do matter to make a film. Nowadays, you have this fascination with the 100 crore club and all of that. And you always say that your films are big in your own way. In spite of it, you're not probably making some 100, 200 crores at the box office.
I would say a perception about 100 crore club. It's just funny because everyone talks about 100 crore club. Nobody
Well, now it's not 100 crores anymore.
nobody talks about the investment in those films.
Yeah.
If you make a film in 60 crore or 70 crore, if it makes 100 crore, it's you haven't achieved anything.
Yeah.
Also to achieve that 100 crore, to get into that 100 crore club, so-called club, the films are planned in a certain way. They're released in a certain way.
Yeah.
You release a film in 4,000 screens, that is the kind of
Exactly,
money
yeah.
revenue that you will get. But my kind of films, which are made in a certain budget, are released in a way that 3 times the profit is good
So
enough.
recovery is different.
Yeah, it's a different recovery.
Yeah.
But what one needs to understand is, it's not about 100 crore. It's about how many times did you make the money.
Yeah.
If you put in 10 rupees, what is more sensible? You get 30 rupees out of 10 rupees, or you put in 100 rupees and make 110 rupees.
Yeah.
Which is more profitable.
Exactly.
Is what people need to understand.
Considering your understanding of the business is so good, haven't you ever thought of producing a film?
Not really.
Not really?
Not really, but maybe in the coming year. I don't have that inclination or that bent towards being a producer. I know it's a very tough job.
Yeah,
it will probably take away all the creativity and
As an
I'll be only
actor,
calculating,
counting some
and
money
everything,
in some box
instead
somewhere.
of focusing on the script. So
Yeah.
I'm going to stay away from it for as long as I can. But yes, the idea definitely is very fascinating to make your own kind of films. You want to market it the way you want to market the film, and you take it to the audience the way you want to take it to the film.
Yeah.
Right now, I just can act, and then it's completely on the producer how they would promote the film and take it to the audience.
So what have you thought about your plans in Bollywood? Are you looking at more scripts? Are you meeting more people? Have you warmed up to Bollywood?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
I think I have warmed up enough for Bollywood because I was waiting quite patiently to get the right kind of break actually. I could have started off with Bollywood even before South,
Okay.
but I wanted to start off with something which was kind of path breaking for me in my own terms to keep my career a little sustainable in the industry.
You don't believe in competition over here? Have you ever thought of, who am I competing with? Who's doing what kind of work?
I'm not in a class.
Yeah.
This is not a limited race. This is not a 100 meter or 200 meter or probably a 400 meter race. This is an endless marathon. Endless marathon. It's all about surviving. For how long can you, entertain the audience?
Somewhere you said that how the kind of films that you're doing is the future of Indian cinema. And there'll be a point when this will be the real commercial movies. I thought it was very interesting. Tell me about that.
What I meant was that, I've always said, don't differentiate between classes and masses. Because the moment you do it, you end up saying, masses mein to dimag hai nahi. They will do like only masala films.
Yeah.
They won't like something which has a good storyline. They won't like anything where there are no songs, no dance, no dance sequences. Because from my own experience, I've realized that be it a rickshaw puller or be it a security guard who frisks me at the airport or a business class traveler or an NRI, they've all loved Aamir. They've all liked table number 21. Yeah. But the question was, how many of them have seen it?
Correct,
So do not differentiate between masses and classes, because tomorrow when these films, say a film like Samrat and Company is like a bigger release, all I know is that tomorrow when these films are released on a wider scale, they'll make 100 crores. Then how will you differentiate between which will be a commercial film? They will all be probably films.
Which one falls into which category? You wouldn't know that.
They'll all be films, good or bad films.
Yeah, correct,
So, yeah.
We also heard that there's already a sequel in the pipeline before, How did that come about?
From day one, when they came and met me.
So it was planned that way?
Yeah. First meeting, I was told that, Rajeev, this is planned as a franchise. We are planning Samrat 2, Samrat 3. And in fact, in this film, by the end of the film, you will see them leading into the sequel. Now,
at least one thing assured, we'll see more of Rajeev in the movie.
Oh, I do not. See, I'm very practical. I also know that a lot depends on the audience response.
Correct. So, are you excited, nervous, what?
I'm anxious, of course, and nervous too.
Yeah.
But very anxious at the moment because there's hardly a few days left and days are passing by. The release is nearing.
Yeah, he's losing weight.
No.
Because of that.
Yeah, I'm very nervous. This is like waiting for a report card. Come on. Even though you performed amazingly well in your exams, you're always nervous before the report card.
The last bit,
Exactly.
So I'm being very honest, yes.
We also heard that you rapped for this, for a song. How was that experience?
I wanted to actually rap.
Okay.
But,
so this wasn't rap?
It's a little rap. Rest are my lines, my dialogues, in a little rappy fashion, let's put it that way. I've always wanted to sing. Not that I'm a good singer.
Okay.
But all of us, I think, we all are singers somewhere. We all want to sing. So I also have this whole thing कि मैं किसी दिन गाना गाऊंगा अपनी film के लिए. So when it came from them, कि Rajeev, we wanted to do a little rap thing in our title track. I was super excited. And I went there and realized क्या rap करवा रहे हो, dialogues हैं, उसमें एक छोटा सा rap करवा दिया आपने. So I'm hoping someday I'll sing a full-fledged number.
Wow. I know that, the kind of cinema you believe in, the different cinema we just spoke about. Yet, given your popularity, you're romantic, you had this romantic image at one point of time, you're conventionally very good looking. You never thought of doing an all-out romantic film where you're dancing around the trees and the mountain tops and all of that?
It all starts with the script for me. I would want to do a romantic film. In fact, now I'm beginning to think that let's read more of romantic scripts.
Really? See, you're coming there.
No, not because of any other reason, but because I know that there are people who've been waiting to see me in a romantic role, and I've kept myself away from those
Absolutely,
from romantic films. So I feel terribly guilty when I meet people, when I meet girls who keep requesting me, Rajeev, we love your work. I love Aamir, I love Shaitan, but I want to see you in a romantic role. So I feel that I owe it to them, and also for my own sake. That's one genre which I've kind of stayed away from since I came into film. So I want to do all kinds of film, romantic, probably this year, next year. So yeah, I'm hoping that.
So what more for this year?
There's a film called Fever that will be my next release this year. Very exciting film again, a film which I'm so looking forward to because of the script again. It's going to be one of its kind. It's definitely going to raise a lot of eyebrows. You're going to watch it. It's a beautiful looking film shot entirely in Switzerland, and I have 3 women to give me company. So in fact, I'm giving 3 women.
Thank you so much for being on our show. It was great talking to the two of you.
Pleasure, Madalasa.